ready to talk about some football. I'm John Kuzma from EndZoneBlog.com, and we're going to talk about why Ryan Fitzpatrick won the starting job over Josh Rosen in Miami. So the Miami Dolphins have announced that Ryan Fitzpatrick is their starter, and that's not surprising because Ryan Fitzpatrick was playing at a very high level last year in Tampa Bay. I actually thought he was the better quarterback between him and Jameis Winston. And for some reason, Dirk Koetter decided to go back to Jameis Winston, even though Fitzpatrick was clearly the better option. We all know how that ended for Dirk Koetter in Tampa Bay. He ended up getting fired. So when Ryan Fitzpatrick signed with the Miami Dolphins, I kind of felt like he was going to win the job just because in 2018 he was a different player than he was in the past. He was poised in the pocket. He was delivering, balls that are very catchable. He's making the right reads, and he just knows how to stretch the field. He knows how to take chances. Just all those years of him being in training camp and bouncing around the league and just surviving by putting in the work day in and day out. And even though he was a journeyman and he's played for all these teams in National Football League, that's made Ryan Fitzpatrick strong, just a stronger player. And his football IQ is through the roof. We already know he's a smart guy, having went to Harvard. And once he got the grasp of coverages and protections and identifying blitzers, and just kind of getting a feel for what the defense is trying to do to him, that's when he took his game to the next level. We've seen him have a good year with the Jets and then kind of fizzle out. But I think now Ryan Fitzpatrick has what it takes to, lead a football team for at least, 2, 3, maybe 4 years. And Josh Rosen, I don't think he's a terrible player. I think if he was in a situation that didn't have a veteran over him, he would, be on the field playing. But I think, Brian Flores taking over this team, he wanted to go with the best option and the guy that gave him the best chance of winning. He feels like Ryan Fitzpatrick is that guy, and he knows that sends a message to his locker room that no matter what, it's not about anything else but how good of a player you are. The best players have to play. The guys that give you the best shot of winning on Sundays or Thursdays or whatever the game is, Monday nights. That's what this move is all about. And, Ryan Fitzpatrick is, going to give the team a little bit more than Josh Rosen. Maybe someday down the line, Rosen will become the player that we think he could be someday. And remember, look at Ryan Fitzpatrick. It took him a while to get to where he is now. Josh Rosen has a lot of time ahead of him. And, if there was any good thing for, Miami choosing to go with Rosen over Fitzpatrick, it would be that he's younger and that, it kind of takes his training wheels off sooner rather than later. But right now, this is a good move because it lets Josh Rosen see how Ryan Fitzpatrick approaches the game. It lets him learn from a veteran and, he can pass down like his work ethic and things like that to the young quarterback out of UCLA. So I think this is a good situation. It'll actually benefit Josh Rosen later on down the line. And for Ryan Fitzpatrick, he has to keep performing at a high level and prove week in and week out that he deserves that starting job because he still has Rosen waiting in the wings, who is going to take over the job someday. That's if, Miami doesn't draft another quarterback down the line. I'm John Kuzma. Check out EndZoneBlog.com.